started. That's true. Jesus. Alright, guys. So, who do we have here? Okay, guys. Some people are joining. Some people are still joining. Some people are still considering of joining. Some people are still planning on joining. Some people are still thinking if they will join. Okay. So, anything you're actually doing right now, you rise, and that's okay. Okay, guys. So, we are in. We are set for another live stream section this afternoon. The afternoon is hot, guy. Yeah, it's hot. I just hope I'm not gonna sweat. So that's it. Okay, welcome every single person. Welcome every single person. I really welcome you in this live stream section. I welcome every returning viewers. Welcome every new and returning viewers, already subscribed members. You all are all welcome, and for the fact that you joined is not taken for granted, not in any way, and for the fact that you are here, you're actually going to gain something cool. You're not actually here to waste your time or anything that looks like that, but more like to still pass you or still gift you with tutorials that's that is hammering on, or that is pointing towards or life after school, because that is just more like the body, and under that we'll be making a lot of sections already. We'll be making a lot of streams in regards to life after school, and we're still making a lot of sections, and a lot of sections are still coming, guys. So that's it. And really appreciate the fact that you're streaming and you're watching actually, and it's not in any way taken for granted. We really regard the facts. Okay, so that's it, guys. So as I said, I welcome every single person here. So if you're seated already, you're a student, if you're an undergraduate student, or a graduate. Alright, guys. So that's it. In what everything was saying, the other is going to benefit you, and maybe if it gets you or wrong, or if it gets you, maybe you can just equally make some adjustments. Okay, so that's for that, and we'll just like embarking fully on what to have today. Okay, before you, this graphics, and as I said, we're here again to impart, or let's just say pass you the knowledge that says life after school. Like it's just more like the body of the knowledge that says life after school, just more like what we're emphasizing on. Then on that, we've been making a lot of sections, a lot of streams that is pointing towards the angle, that is trying to point towards the angle. So part of what will be streams that we'll be making already. Okay, we have the emotional and mental intelligence. We have a lot of streams. Do you get? So that's for that, and we're still making a lot, as I said. And I said, before we continue, okay, I just quickly introduced myself. I said, before you use UFGRAPHICS, and thanks for joining, and it's not in any way taken for granted. Alright, guys. So at first, maybe I will just a kind of introduce last stream section topic. Last stream section topic was just a previous session before this one, and we discussed a lot, guys. Like we really discussed. So I don't know if you missed it. Maybe I'll just introduce the topic, then elaborate a little on it. Then maybe after the session you'll just get to watch. Okay, that's last section. Let me just quickly introduce that, then say a few things. I think, okay, let me just get section. That was it? Okay, that was this yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, guys. So why many first class students still struggle after school? Oh Jesus! Like, you may ask, as how now? Our last section, if you check, or if you track, if you trace back just the previous section before this one you're currently watching, our topic there was why every first class student, first class, we focus on first class because, and there we were like, if okay, also what's it called, all first class students gather here, because this thing is just more like a rampant something that's often happen, and it's very, very painful, because like it's more like first class people that's like, that should be, I don't know, be happy even when they made it. But the emphasis there was why first class students always struggle after school. Then people were like asal now. So that section we really discussed a lot, and we even we more like clarified this. So maybe I'll just say a few things as I mentioned earlier. And okay, we have so many reasons that back it up, that backed what's it called, our topic there. Why first class students? Okay, not all. Let's be what's it called, one-sided. Why some first class students struggle outside school? Like that's I mean, life after school. That's what I mean to say. Okay, so under that note, we said school rewards memory, life rewards value. Now we're bringing it to student notice that there's this thing they called life after school and called value. Now that's more like outside life. And we said, okay, the first we said school rewards memory. Now memory that school rewards is just you getting to pass, or you getting to read your materials, you getting to obey lecturers, obey your or teachers. You're actually going to be rewarded. Like if you pass, so that's the reward. Certificate already there. You're going to be issued the certificate. It's actually the reward that school is giving you. Now there is this thing we were saying, life after school. That one doesn't reward, like it doesn't reward, what's it called, memory. Like it does not reward memory, I mean to say. It's just more like it rewards value. And that's life after school. And most graduated students, most of them that graduated first class, are feeling reluctant, are feeling they are seeing it as a stage of relaxation. They are just to relax now. And most of them that are even pursuing it, they are just giving their total mind, even soul and spirit, to get it, neglecting the fact that the reading is skill, neglecting the fact that the world is advancing and is more of looking for problem solving employees. Do you get that? Everything is shifting. The world is more like getting to digitalized areas, or let's say a digitalized stuff. So many people having first class don't have value. Like what I mean by value is or asset skill. Like they don't have, they are not competent in other areas. They are just there with B certificate. They are just there with their first class. And if we're relating it, or if we're advising students on it, or like if we're trying to even clarify the facts, what we mean, or in writing spell, all of those things, you're going to be rewarded. And school, that's school rewards. So you're passed. They're going to pass you well. Now, outside life we mean or life rewards value. Now mind you, you cannot just or get anything. Okay, just like people are after value. If you cannot create value, people are not, like, you're just irrelevant. Have you seen it? So even in real life, if you don't have skills, now imagine, let me give you a instance. Imagine you got to first class, and maybe you happen to work in a bank, and the what's it called, the section that you're asked to work requires computer, and you're this student that's focused on reading, like you do not even see the need to learn skill, you do not even see the need to acquire other skills that even relates to what you're studying. Have you seen this? And this is why you see most business owners, some people that are carrying or what's it called, business certificates up and down. Most of them cannot even initiate a business, most of them cannot even communicate business ideas. Do you get this? So this is more like outside life, is more like a valuable skill. It's more like what you can create. It's more like what you can solve, the problem you can solve, because that's what people reward you for, not even your B certificate. Because even when you have it, if you cannot, it's just like okay, now let me not talk about defending. I'm just talking about what's it called, actually creating value. Because if you have it and you cannot create value, it's not making sense. And gone are the days when it's just more like an outdated mindset that they normally think or believe that what's it called, that if you ever attended the university, if you ever attended a tertiary institution, that you're more like going to succeed, or you're more like, I don't know, a kind of 80% successful. Do you get that? That, as I said, is more like an outdated mindset. It's no longer working these days. Now, or everything is advancing, as I said. That is more like outdated mindset. Is the world, or let's just say the earth, I don't even know how to put it, but it's just more like things have changed, things have really changed. Employers are looking for employees that can create, that can or what's it called, push their organization to a higher one, that can impact the organization. Have you seen it? So it's not just you, it's not just the fact that you're a graduate with a good result, but it's all about the fact that you have possible skills, you can create something, you can get something done, you can think critically, like you can act under pressure, you can figure things out. So these are things that even qualify you more than a certificate in real life, because actually you're not going to be in school forever. Just after a duration of years, you're going to be out. And when you don't have these skills, and it's very, very painful that most people actually realize this in it. Now, that's when they will be like, had it been, or someone told me then, had it been I was informed, I would have just learned this. Have you seen it? So, at that point in time, now imagine when okay, when you guys submitted CV for a job interview, and during the process you were being interviewed, and you were just asked, then okay, now let me tell you, then people will just enter, everybody just drop the certificate. Now certificate is not the thing speaking, you're the one talking. Even your communication skill, all these skills are going to be tested. Your abilities to think well, like to think under pressure, to make critical thinkings, all these things are skills that is requisite in real life, in aspect of you even getting work. I'm not even talking about, I don't know, it's just okay, it's just more like work, because this is what students are really anxious of, like that's what their mind is really telling them. Oh, if I graduate, I'm getting away, if I'm graduate, okay. And that's the view I'm coming from, so that they will relate well, because they are thinking of, and that is what, or their mindset is only telling, and that is what the things around have passed their knowledge. If you attend the university, you're going to work in a good organization. So let me still flow with that mindset. So when they are employed now, okay, as I said, questions are going to be thrown to you. You're going to be checked, even your mentals, your psychologist, like how you reason things, how you see things, how you react to issues, how you solve and handle pressures and even failure. Have you seen it? So if you're this student that doesn't have these abilities, if you're this student that lacks it, that's not the time to start learning it. It's late, and by so doing, it's going to, I don't know, you're just going to just lose. That's just it. And this is why we were more like, this is an urgency strike. What's it called? It's more like an urgency lessons to our remaining students out there, because it has affected a lot of people already. It's still affecting, and the painful part is no one is seeing it, no one is even saying it, and it's even triggering the saying that school is a scam even more, because our graduated students, they are not seeing the results, they are not seeing like the impact. Have you seen it? So when you are seeing somebody that graduated with a good result, or not succeeding, failing in life, it's going to even dawn to you that the school is a scam, or more, you will start reasoning it. It be like, it will be like, it be like this thing is true. Have you seen it? So this is just more like the primary factors that cause them to fail. They are not skillful enough, because in regards of the certificates, reward, this okay, reward now, your certificate is irrelevant if you don't have skills, because that is what is trending, that is what is working. I cannot employ you to my organization if you cannot solve a problem. Have you seen? So the big certificate is not what is going to actually develop my organization. Is you, your skills, what you can even create. So this is why most of them that has this certificate are really not being employed. Most of them are just stuck. Most of them are just being confused. I thought if I made first class, everything is working out well, but that was it. So that's it. So that is where we're coming from that view, and that's the essence of our emphasis. So, and that is it. And mind you, as I mentioned earlier, is not today's section. So all this that I was saying, I was just trying to, what's it called, enlighten you guys, and maybe for the sake of people that did not join yesterday, just no more light. Then, if it interests them, if interests you, maybe you just check it out. So we have different stuff for today. All right, guys. So if okay, we're more like getting to what we have today mainly. All this thing I said is previous section before this one. So you just go there and get the full details. Maybe after this section. Okay. If we're to move to this section, today's section. Okay. Today's section is more like why. Oh my god, are you serious? This English language. Okay, see, you get to watch this okay, I don't even know how to reply. You get to watch it later. I will translate the language to French. Maybe you'll get to understand it then. Like I will translate the language after the stream, or to French language. I don't even know whether you're hearing me. Oh my god. So sorry that you're not hearing. I need to say so sorry. Maybe I'll translate it later. Just just try and cope. Do you get? So it's actually English. It's English. Alright, so let's just proceed as I said. I said if we're heading to what we really have today, okay, why many or what's it called? Why many graduates sorry, why many university students waste their time? That's just the more like subheading what we really have today. And under that, we have a lot, we really have a lot to say about that and to picture like we're going to create some diagrams and some graphical picture of my god. Okay, we're going to paint some or more like graphical picture of what we are trying to communicate here, and by so doing we hope you get it better. Okay, so we say too much okay focus on enjoyment and social life. Now too much so focused on enjoyment and social life. And okay, if we were to elaborate on that, you know, most people, most youth feel that it's just a place for relaxation. As I have mentioned, they are just like life have not started yet. And moreover, if you're giving birth to, if you're born out of this earth, like your life have really started. So some people feel that it's just a place for them to relax for some moments, maybe when they're out. Now they feel by having that mindset, by or actually riding on that mindset, they are not going to actually know things to do. They are not just going to work on themselves. They are not just going to act. Do you get it? So they are just going to be reluctant. They are just going to while away their time. So that is why we said, oh, too much focus on enjoyment and social life. Now, most of them, this is just their first time of being out from home. Most of them escaped work, like working from home. So most of them are just there to relax, as I said. So and it exposed them to a lot of things. Most of them is going to be partying all day. Most of them is going to be clubbing all day. Have you seen it? So most of them is going to get like they are going to just get themselves into things, activities, full of activities. So this is why we say too much of focus on enjoyment and social life. This is more like social life, and mind you, nobody is monitoring them, nobody is being like cautioning them, nobody is supervising them. So they are seeing it at that point in time as a stage of freedom. Have you seen it? So by seeing it that way, by having that kind of mindset, they are just going to like they don't even see the reason to work on themselves despite they are students. Do you get that? So that's more like that. Okay. And secondly, we have here is no skill development, no skill development, and we're bringing it to, oh, we put it to you. Now, not we now. I'm the one putting it to you that no skill development is actually wrong because this is skill, and a lot of things can be skill in this context. Skill we mean is not necessarily what's it called, like the skill normally know. So you guys, so if I'm meaning skill or if I'm trying to communicate skill or even try to explain a detailed knowledge of what skill really means, I will tell you that skill, no skill development was trying to say is just like when students feel not to or it's just like things they are being taught is all more like theoretical aspect of education. I cannot speak Indonesia, Jesus Christ. I cannot speak Indonesia. Maybe I will try translating the stream after the section. I will try translating the stream after the section. Do you understand? Do you get me? I will just try translating the stream under this section. And I cannot even start say my god. Hmm. Okay. Sharp. You get me. I get it too. So let me proceed. I will say something. No skill. Okay, no skill development. That's what I mentioned. And I said, now anything can be skill. Now most of them don't have communication skill. Now communication skill, even if you're the most brilliant person in the world, in the earth, in the globe, if you cannot communicate, uh, uh you're more like a novice. Do you get? So this is communication skill, the ability to communicate effectively and more efficiently. And he said a communication is the one that receive feedback. So if you're communicating to me, if I'm like, if I'm not, I've gotten my feedback, if I'm not respond, that means it's not okay. Okay. So if I get you, I really get you, don't worry, I will translate my language to Indonesia when I'm done streaming. I cannot speak Indonesia. That is why I said I will translate it. Just be cool. Or just check the stream. Okay, just check the stream. Or in the next 2 hours when I'm done streaming, I'll change the language so that it will display what I'm talking and you get it by then. Okay. Got you. Okay, I was actually saying something. No skill development. I said most of them lack skill to communicate. Most of them lack skills or okay. It's just more like I would like to say human being skill. Now it's just more like a mental skill. Uh, or not being competent enough, not being strong, or mental and emotional strong. And this skill is very, very necessary because it's going to help you in life. Even when you're still in school, even when you're still a student, you're going to withstand pressures from lecturers, you're going to withstand pressures from your academies. Even when you fail, you're going to withstand pressure. Like you're still going to press more. You're not just going to give up on oneself. You're still going to strive and hit the what's it called milestone. Do you get this? So this is just more like okay. This is more like okay. So this is more like I said is mental and emotional competency, and it's more like skill, as I said. And I said again, it's requisite that you have it even as a student, as a young adult, because you're more like facing life. You're more like getting to meet people, and you're more like facing reality. So you're definitely in one way or the other going to feel in things. And if you don't, if your mental and emotional or emotions are not strong and ready to face them, to withstand them, it's going to affect you in a different way that may not or actually come out well. So that is it, and is as well skill. And again, skills in your disciplines. Okay, just more like people that are studying. Do you get this? People that are studying, okay, let me use computer, okay, let me use engineering for instance. Just like people that are studying engineering, most of them are being taught theoretically, as I said. And I don't know, this is more like a outdated or I don't know pattern of education. Is more like it is more like outdated stuff. Theoretically, less of practical. Most students cannot even practicalize what they are studying. Most of them, what they are studying really has area of demonstration, like like part that they're going to be doing. But most of them are being taught theoretically. It's not their let me not say it's not their fault. Let me say it's not their fault. Actually, it's not their fault. That's the way they were taught. People that computer engineering, most of them don't even know where their work fits in. Most of them have not even researched companies. Most of them have not even get acquainted with tools that is requisites for their work in life. So this is more like things to be emphasized on. There is a lot of what's it called life skills, practical skills. The life or the outside school is more of practical skills. So if you don't or what if you don't have the skills, if you don't develop them, if you don't see it as or like think is important and get acquainted to them, I don't know, like it's really going to affect, like the effect is going to be much when you are not, I don't know, like when you don't really get. So that is it. And okay, next thing we have here is no career planning. No career planning. I don't know. Okay, I will emphasize more on this now. What I mean by no career planning is okay, just like some people, some students, some young adults, most of them are being forced, coerced, compressed. I don't like anything pressing for them to study, or most of them are doing they actually do what they don't. Most of them are studying because they feel or think that is money in this or in this area of study or career. They now choose it. Now most of them are going to be stuck because that's not actually what they wanted for themselves. Most of them was a kind of rest, and we said most times it's parents fault because most parents is going to be like, I want you to study, like I want you to study medicine just because they think that is okay for you, or just because they see other people doing it. Now this is wrong, and everybody has a different DNA, like different being. Everybody is created differently, and you're not just, and there's this something that they say, you cannot, nobody can play your part more than you. You cannot play my part more than me. I cannot play your part more than you. So when someone is actually doing something, that is not more like you actually doing the same thing. Do you get? So even in the area of career, and you're going to be like, my friend is doing this, my friend, you just get into. So it's very very wrong. That's why you say no clear, or what you call no career planning. You actually need to plan it, because it's just more like where you're going to end. And most people don't even know this. They just jump into disciplines, jump into career, and when they get to the end, they are going to be stuck. They are going to be like, what am I going to do next? Where am I going to fit in? What work can I do? This is very very risky, and at that point in time, at that stage of one's life, is almost late. Is a kind of late, and you have started looking like a failure. That is just it, and this is what we don't really want for our Nigerian students, and we don't want that, not in any way. So that is it. So I think we also have a key here, which is wrong influence from friends. Wrong influence, as I be influence I be what. So I just mean influence, sorry guys. Wrong influence from friends. So this is one like your friends, the friends you make, and they said, oh, what's it called? Show me your friend, I will show you who you are. Or more, some people feel that that thing is not working now. Most of them will just show me my friend, I will show you who I'm not. Those kind of things. But in regards to, or let's just say in everything, it really affects. Just like when you spend your time, your years with mediocre people, people that has no plan for their future, people that feels that, like, people that are not thinking well, you're actually going to start behaving like them. You're actually going to start thinking like them. So have you seen this? So this is more like your friends influencing you, and we're relating to, or we're trying to pass these ideas to undergraduate students, and this is more like university. So it's more like a broad place. Do you get? So most of them are going to be meeting friends, getting to do with friends, getting to, do you know, like, get contact with friends. So if we're trying to put this in, and it's even painful that, okay, just like most friends encourage laziness, procrastination, most friends encourage like most friends circle encourage laziness, procrastination, like they don't even think. And this is where you see some friends, a group of people being like, school is cruise, leave academies, school is calm. Have you seen it? So if you happen to mingle with this kind of friends, they're going to affect your mindset. There is this thing they say, if you don't have plans, other people will give you their own plans to make use of. Have you seen it? So this is actually a requisite that undergraduate student gets to know all of this. Friends influencing you. Now, it can be positive and negative depending you, like depending on, I don't know, like depending on the one you choose. But what I'm trying to communicate here is friends has a part to play. The kind of friends you keep, people you associate with, people you spend your time with, people you tell things, people you tell, I don't know, like things, anything. And it's also more like people you stay with. They have a kind of part to play in influencing you. So that is it, and it's more like to be positive or negative. So it now depends on the actual one. Do you get it? So that is it. And we still have one. Okay, we still have about few. Okay, we still have about few. No networking, no networking, no networking. Now we don't mean your internet, we don't mean we don't mean your network, your phone network. Now networking in this sense is, or what's it called, getting to mingle with people, getting to connect with people. Now mind you, you're referring to university student, and this is very necessary because most of them are feeling or acting or like being isolated. Most of them is, or they are isolating themselves from other people. Most of them don't like associating with people. Most of them feel that, I don't just know, they get it. So this is very very wrong, because as well you're a human being. You cannot associate with goats, you cannot associate with cow. You're actually going to associate with human being. So if you cannot connect, because it's called networking, so it's more like connecting. And connecting will mean it's just more like getting to search, interact with people. And he said to, okay, as well, this is really a skill because it's not just natural, because a lot of people don't even know how to do this. And he said that most people that you're going to be communicating with, okay, there is a room for this. I think something like you're going to meet, okay, in university, there is a room to meet good lecturers, there's a room to meet business ambitious classmates, there's a room to meet people that you're going to get business collaborators. Now all these people is by meeting. If you don't get to meet them, if you don't get to or let's just associate with them, it's not gonna work. And all these people in real life, mind you, were assuming that you're in school and was trying to teach you what is called network or networking. And we said is actually the reason why most students are so fail, or why students waste their time. Now this networking is really powerful that they even think, because you may happen to meet someone in school, maybe or what's it called, after life days or years, you're going to still meet the person outside work. Maybe the person, I don't just know, like it's just more like you're going to get, okay, maybe life will now require you to get something to do with that person. I've seen, so this is more like networking. If students, okay, students is requested to build networking, they are just it's just a skill that is necessary they build, because it's going to really help them in the future. It's going to really help them in whatever they are becoming. So that is it. So okay guys, so I still have some things here. I still have some things here. Okay, I said no networking, students can meet, okay, as I said, students can meet lecturers, people that they can collaborate with, business partners, stuff like that. So that's it. I think I still have more to, okay, too much time on social media. This one, you go talk tire, because you cannot even correct. I don't know. The thing is just like it's more like taking over. He said that some students, this is just what's it called, minimum, more of, it's just a minimum, because some people, sorry guys, some students spend more than 5 hours. We're just using 5 hours, just a minimum. And most of them spend more than 5 hours daily. It's called daily, not monthly, not or not weekly, daily, on social media. And not even that they are utilized, not even that they are using it for anything valuable. They are just watching random movies, random videos, and they are even wasting resources. That's the most painful part of it. And he said that in a year, if a student is wasting 5 hours daily scrolling endlessly on social media, in a year is costing about 180 hours. This is this is I don't just know, like this is just time and resources spent on things that did not actually yield value. And when you use your time, and this, he said that university time is a crucial stage of one's life to build structures, because when you fail there, it's not going to affect you much. You're still going to look for a possible way to amend, rather than when you feel in real life, because then you don't have much time. But still in school, you're just like, you have, what's it called, let's say a hot brain. I don't know that's pretty, but you're more like vibrant, and you're more like, you can still make some adjustment there. So that's it. And if was still emphasizing more on too much time on social media, many of them while away their time in all of this. And it's even say that, what's it called, that the way you wouldn't love to spend 50k, 500k on anything that is not valuable, that does, like, that is not worth, what's it called, that is not worth it. You shouldn't spend your time on things that is not as well worth it, because time is equal to money. Do you get this? So some people's time, if they are spending time, they are losing money. That is just the fact. So for the fact that you are not, your time doesn't cost money now, doesn't mean that time, like time is not equal to money. So that's actually it. And you should always utilize your time. That's just the emphasis there. Do you get that? So still I think we have one more then before our notable. So fear of trying new things. Fear of trying new things. Omo, some people are very very I don't just know, but they are not just ready to try out new things. They are not just ready to try out new ideas. They are not just ready. You don't even see it that it's important to check out new things, to make it's just like entrepreneurship. They said, or to know a good entrepreneur is, okay, what's it called, features of an entrepreneurship is one of it is innovation. Innovation is just a plan, or let's say an aspect of one life. He or she is going to be creating out something, looking for solutions to new things that have not been discovered yet. So that's one of the feature of an entrepreneurship, and also risk taking. So an entrepreneurship or an entrepreneur is a risk taker person, someone that just take risk. Taking risk, I mean, they don't just know anything about business, they're just going to start it up. If they fail, that is a risk. They have actually they have lost, like they have used some money, and that is actually a risk, and they are still going to retry again. So risk taking is part of the journey, and if you're really going to succeed, you're just going to know how to take risk, because that is just the real art. If you're not taking risk, I mean, is in this sense, I don't mean any other risk that you're talking about. I don't mean the risk you just go and be in the main road like how would jam you, and you say that you say the risk taking. So that's not what I'm trying to relate. So just get from the view what I'm saying. Like, you're not just going to be afraid to start up things, you're just going to see it as normal. If you fail, you continue. If you fail, you look for a possible way to do it better. That is just it. Like, you're just not going to feel balance. There's something that they say, there's still more. So you're not just to feel that that's all, there's still more to get. So do you get that? So always see the need to, or try out new things. Always see the need to check out new business. Always see the need to, or try out something new. Do you get that? So by doing that is as well exposing you. By doing that is as well getting competent in it. You're getting more acquainted. All of this, and it's still the same you. And through all these things, you're more like growing in one area. So that is that. Okay, I think what we really have remaining is our notables, more like notables. Okay, university is not just a place to collect certificates. Most people are thinking, let me just collect my certificate and I'll care rather here. But that's not actually the fact. You actually is more like, okay, not like it is a training ground. You should always see it as a training ground, because you have some leisure time, you have some or breaks, you have some uh, uh outside time. Do you get it? So you should see university, you should see college as a training ground, not just a place to collect certificate and get out there. Do you get that? So you should always see it as a training ground. Seeing it that way is going to help you to do things. It's going to shape your mindset, your perspective towards a growth, towards making out things, towards trying out things, towards starting up things. So it's just like a training ground, because once you're out, it's more like you're already, you're going to face real life, and real life doesn't have any training grounds. Is more like trained. Real life is assuming that you're already trained. So that is just the fact. So you don't need to, just like someone that gets to a war front and you now start making practice. Do you get? It's not making sense. So you have to practice when you still have time. You have to practice maybe in your own comfort zone or store before getting out to the fight zone and be war front. So that's just what I'm trying to be communicate here. University is more like a training ground to every young adult, and seeing it that way is going to really help you in your growth, because it's going to direct your, like, it's going to shift your mindset towards seeing things and acting upon things in a different way. Okay, we see the opportunities often comes through people. Now, I think it has something to do with networking. When you don't communicate with people, when you don't associate with people, opportunities is not going to come from animal. It's going to come from, or through people as well, because it's networking. You're going to get to go network with people. You're going to get to do business with people, communicate with people, get to do things with people. For students, they should learn this, because it's really going to help even when they're students, even when they're out. So that's for that. We have again, okay. Your university friends can either build your future or waste it. This is painful. They can build. I think I mentioned something like, if you don't have plans, I'll borrow you to do my own plans. I'll be Another person will borrow you to do their own plans. Have you seen? So you also just have plans. You also have direction. So it's just more like, when you have direction, when you have targets, when you have goal, distractions are going to be less, because you're more like a focused person. You know you're going. Like, distractions, you're not easily going to be or distracted. You're not easily going to, or feel like just feel reluctant because you just like, okay, okay. It's just like someone that you're actually going to a location. You actually know the location that you're going. If you're driving by yourself, even when someone stop you, you're just going to greet the person and continue. Have you seen this? So that's just more like having direction. But when you don't have direction, it's just like when you're driving, someone will be like, take me to this place, let's go here. You're going to just switch. Have you seen it? So this is more like you having a direction, distraction is gonna be less. You having a focus, like that's just it. So you're just to actually have it, picture it, like just assume it, and you're more like going to be less distracted. So that is it. I think take home one more take home, okay, that's enjoy university, but don't let enjoyment becomes your main mission. This is particularly for students. Enjoy your university, your college, but don't make it what's it called, like becomes your mission. Don't make it be the main purpose or main aim that you ever enter there, or let's say don't make it look as if that is why you came. You get? So that's for that. And as I said, is okay, seeing it from all these perspectives, seeing it from everything, from this view, everything I'm be saying here, if you're actually penning down, if you're actually recording, like getting things, getting it in your, like it's going to really help you, it's going to really help your part and how you think, how you see things. Do you get that? So that's for that. And okay, I think I've even exhausted our stream section for today. That it has finished. Oh, just like that, we've exhausted. It's okay, guys. So thanks, guys, for joining, and we'll get to see you guys tomorrow. We'll get to see you guys tomorrow. We have exhausted today's section. Today's session is done. Like we're done for today's session, and maybe you just check the previous session before this one. That is university life. And okay, with that, that's why first class graduates always not okay, always struggle after that. So it's more like an interesting section, and we really said a lot. We scatter and rebuild the reason why, and we explained everything in detail. So you can equally check it out when you're done with this section, and you're actually going to gain a lot of knowledge. So guys, thanks for joining in today's session. And maybe you just try checking us on our other social media handles: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. No, not WhatsApp, I mean, or TikTok. You have graphics. You just try following us on any of the social media handles. And if you have any question, you can drop it here. If you have any to ask us, you can email us. Like, any way you can reach us. So that's it. Then we'll get to reply your messages and get answer your questions. So that's for that. And as I said, thanks for joining. Not in any way take it for granted. The fact that you join and the fact that you are watching. So you can also equally refer your friends, people that you think that needs this, to hear all this knowledge, all this, what's it called? All this, I'm looking for a name. Hmm, all this wisdom, they'll be like, wisdom joke, all this wisdom that choked, they really need to hear it and get to start acting upon it, because it's really going to help them. It's going to help shaping their path and how they think, how they see things. That's just the truth. And by so doing, they are not easily going to fail. So that's the objective, priority, what we prioritize most and we love to see. Do you get that? So that's for that. Oh, today's section, we don't exhaust time. Okay, let me speak the other language. We don't exhaust time, and we're more like on getting offline. Okay, guys. So thanks for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow. From 12 upwards, we streamed a bit late today. I don't know why, in our village people, but everywhere good. So that's it, and we'll get to see you by tomorrow. Okay, guys. At this point in time, we're going off.